Hey, Sooner fans, I'm back, and I want to talk about Brent Venables bringing in a former head coach to the staff and why it's quite important. Let's talk about it here in just a minute. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, where we take a pensive approach to the sports conversation, talking OU recruiting, college football, and honestly, sports in general. And in this video, in my return, we're going to talk about Venables adding Matt Wells to his coaching staff and why I think it's significant going forward. Yeah, I know. It's been a while. I've been slacking on my pimping, doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'll explain at the end of the video what's been going down. But in this one, I want to talk about this hire by Brent Venables and how much I really like it and how I feel like it's a sign of things to come. So Parker Thune of 24/7 Sports in the VIP room a couple days ago had made mention that Oklahoma was going to add to the coaching staff with a former head coach. And it's Matt Wells, the former coach of Texas Tech as well as Utah State, the Aggies. Venables brought him in on Tuesday when it was announced on Parker's Twitter account. And I think this is a little bit more significant than someone to give credit to. And there's a couple reasons why. So the first thing behind this is I feel like this takes a page out of championship coach's book. He's basically doing what we've seen before. Now, this is not something new. This is common for coaches to go and add a head coach that was fired from a recent job to a staff position. And in this one, he's kind of adding him more of as an analyst. So he's not taking like a coordinator job or anything like that. But this is what the greats do. I mean, heck, think about it. Dabo Swinney, where Venables came from, had Ted Roof as a special assistant or analyst on the team. And he also added J.P. Lossman to his roster, who, former quarterback from the Bills. He was working with the Clemson Tigers with Venables and them. And so that to me shows that Venables is taking advice and seeing what all the other greats are doing and bringing that here to Oklahoma, which, I mean, I'm not sure if I recall Lincoln Riley actually adding a former head coach as an analyst on the staff. I can't remember. But this may also be a situation where Oklahoma is opening up the checkbook saying, hey, man, do what you got to do to make us good again. Keep us good. We want it. We'll let you do your thing. So that's also a plus, seeing it from the administrative side. But it's also, it makes me think of Nick Saban. As we all know, Saban is infamous for doing this. If a coach loses his job, the first rumor that we all know goes out there is they're going to go to Saban's School of Rehabilitating Head Coaches. They're going to go on as an analyst. They'll be there for a year or two. Then they'll take the job as a coordinator when another coordinator leaves. And then from there, they leave and go take a head coaching job. We've seen it everywhere. Lane Kiffin. I'm looking at you, Sarkisian, who just did the same thing with another Big 12 coach. He brought in Gary Patterson from TCU to be his special assistant. So having these extra eyes makes it easier to do your scouting, see if you pay attention to trends, see if you catch things that you may have missed or even your other coaches have missed. That's a big deal. Now, the other thing behind that is, as I mentioned, that timeline is that Oklahoma is going to get to a point where they're going to start losing coaches. Now, I'm not saying anybody's leaving today, but there have been the rumors around that just about everybody that's looking for a coach, potentially going to be looking for a coach in the future, has Lebby on their short list of coaches to go after, especially if he does some special things at her Oklahoma. So there's a chance that within 3 to 5 years, Lebby's going to get a head coaching job offer. Now, he's not going to take just any job. He's going to go for a premier one. So that's not something to be thinking about like, oh, tomorrow we're going to lose Jeff Lebby or whatnot. No, it's probably going to be in about 3 to 5 years. It'll be when something really good comes up that he cannot pass on. So no matter how hard they try to pay him to be the highest assistant coach in college football, there's a good chance he's going to take another job and take the $8 to $9 million, $7 million, etc. at another school instead of taking $2 million from Oklahoma. No shade to Oklahoma or us. It's just reality. He's probably wanting to be a head coach one day. So with that, that's where your rehabilitation comes in of these head coaches. And so with Wells, he's kind of mad at Texas Tech. He was, in the 2.5 years he was there, 13 and 17, got fired in October. But at Utah State, he had a great season in 2018, where he's the second time being the coach of the year out of the Mountain West, which he joined like the names of Gary Patterson and Urban Meyer, etc. I think there's like 6 of them that's actually done that. And he averaged 47 points a game at Utah State, which at the time was second in the nation behind who? Oklahoma in 2018. So his offenses are built to put up numbers. And unfortunately at Tech, it didn't work out. But at the same time, some people just aren't head coaches. It is what it is. Some people are just really good at being coordinators, and we'll see what it's like. Or he may be just better at mid-majors than he is at a Big 12 school like Tech, where to me they struggle to get recruits anyway. But that's another story. So let's talk about Wells real quick. I kind of want to give a little overview of him. Native of Sallisaw, Oklahoma, which is just right up I-40 from Oklahoma City, roughly about an hour and 45. There's a nice Mexican restaurant there, El Toro. Really good. Eaten there a few times. And he went from there, coached at, he played quarterback at Utah State. He spent some time at Navy, TU from 2002 to 2006. So, and then bounced around a little bit, went back to Utah State as head coach in 2013 when he got his chance. And then he took the Tech job from that great 2018 campaign of 47 points per game. And reading in the reports on it, it looks like it's just about everybody's reporting that his job function is probably going to be around high school relations is what it's called. So it's most likely recruiting, paying attention to the high school players, finding the local talent, which being from Sallisaw, coaching at TU, he probably recruited in Oklahoma when he was at Utah State as well as at Texas Tech. So he understands the lay of the land and knows kind of where to look for those pockets, and working with Venables to evaluate talent. It's gonna be a good thing. So I love the move. I feel like that's significant to the fact of this is probably gonna be a trend for him. You'll start seeing additional head coaches come in as analysts. OU's gonna go ahead and pay them, let them come in, and having the funds to do that and bring in additional eyeballs, additional great minds, because you got to have a really good mind, a really great mind to be a head coach and actually survive in this game and put up numbers. That, to me, is a great step up in the coaching ranks for my feelings with Venables, and it shows exactly the direction that Oklahoma's probably going to go, which is good. So, with that, about me. School's been kicking my butt, just getting stuff together for work. I'm getting back on the train. We've got practice that just started back up. Spring practice started and then spring game in April, which I'm pretty amped about. So for me, what you will see is a lot more evaluations on the movements. I'm going to start talking about some of the practice footages that I see. I'm going to start talking about some depth charts, talent. I've still got a couple recruits that I've got some notes on and videos that I'm about to drop over the next few weeks. So it'll be more sporadic now, as this kind of, to me, is the quiet time. It's a great way for me to get myself caught up on everything in life. And so just keep your eye out. You'll see some stuff coming here or there, and then we'll get back to at least 2 to 3 videos a week over the spring and into the summer. So with that, appreciate you tuning in. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll chop it up soon. Peace.